It was Saturday where I actually didn't even realize that Lugia raids were gonna be here this weekend, but I got a message asking what the plan was for today. Lugia is a strong Pokemon. It takes 3 to 5 people minimum with good counters in order to be able to beat it. And so I knew that if this person who just messaged, along with a few others who had messaged after him, were going to do it, they were most likely going to need help. You see, I'm not going to say that I'm a god at the game or nothing, because I'm definitely not. But I'm very fortunate enough that both my parents, who I happened to be with that morning, play the game. And us three alone could actually probably kill Lugia. And with that strength, I knew that if we could just meet up with any of them that wanted to do raids, we'd be able to help them do raids. And that was where my mind was focused. Unfortunately, because I was out of town picking up a bookshelf, looks pretty, for my mother, I told everyone that I wouldn't be able to come back to town until later. But if anyone had seen one in the evening and they wanted help, just tag, because I could probably make my way over there before it expired as long as you tag early enough. And so that's what I did. Once we got home, I looked at the map myself. You can use Campfire now. If you're not doing this and you play Pokemon Go, please start doing this. You can look at the map now using Niantic's Campfire app, and it'll show you the raids that are available going on right now. So you can keep an eye on your area you play at while you're at home, and so you can know when a raid is out that you wanted to go. And so I was looking on the map because if I saw 2, maybe 3 if we were lucky, I was going to post it, tag the people who said they wanted to do raids, and we were going to go do the Lugia raids with them. I was also waiting for a message to see if anyone else posted something. Well, as I pay attention to this map, as I wait for messages, it's all silence. We can't control the map. That's just RNG on the game side. It wasn't giving us a bunch of Lugias. Until around dinner time that night, there were actually 2 Lugia eggs. And since I was paying attention so closely to the map, I noticed them when they were still about an hour and a half away from when they would have disappeared. So immediately I get on, I tag everyone that had mentioned they wanted to do it, and that's when I got the bad responses. I'm not mad at anyone, and I'm thankful for the people who said they weren't going to be able to make it to tell me. But there were some people I tagged who said they were interested who never even responded to me at all. And so because of that, I decided I was going to take my parents and we were going to go to do these raids, and hoping that some of the people who hadn't responded were going to be there. I knew the chances of that were really low. The backup plan was that with the strength of our 3 characters, we would be able to do it, and so we could at least do the raid if no one showed up, which is what we ended up doing. My dad didn't feel like coming, and I wasn't going to force him to come, so I took his phone. So I had my phone, my dad's phone, and my mom was with us. She was driving since I had to take care of 2 phones. And we went to the first raid, and we waited and waited and waited. Probably 15 to 20 minutes past the time in the chat that I originally said. I pinged it in Campfire and in the Grab chat one more time just to see if there was any chance, but once again, all we heard was crickets. And so we decided to do the raid. We decided that since we were just ourselves, we were just going to do 2 raids. There happened to be 3. I spotted 2 originally, and 1 popped up in the meantime. But we were just going to do 2 for our free raid passes. So we jump in, we do the first raid, and then in my hand, at the end, there's a red one. At first I get excited because I'm like, oh, I got a shiny. My dad got a shiny. This always happens, I swear. Whenever we take someone's phone for them, they're always the luckiest person. Unfortunately, the things were actually really hard to throw at. If you had the opportunity to do this raid for yourself, you probably know how hard throwing balls at this were. So not only did my mother and I not get a shiny, we didn't even manage to catch it. The things ran away from us. So we went to the second raid that we were going to do, did it, and then I hear a reaction to my left. My mom's freaking out. She just got a shiny Lugia. So now my dad got a shiny Lugia, she got a shiny Lugia, and thankfully on this one, at least I was able to catch my regular Lugia. But now that we've gotten 2 shiny Lugias for 2 raids, that third one we were going to ignore, we had to go do. So we drove over to it, did it, and then, we just finished the raid and went, no, I got a shiny! I've never had this happen to me, and it just felt like such good karma for trying to pay attention to help people that didn't work out. I actually got a shiny on the 3rd raid. And so if you're paying attention, that means first raid, dad shiny, second raid, mom shiny, 3rd raid, me shiny, 3 raids, 3 shinies, each one of us. I've never seen that kind of luck in this game before, and it just felt, like I said before, such good karma. But even though I was feeling that good, I was still disappointed that we weren't able to help people because I just want to grow my community. It's like the number one thing I want to do, but I don't know where to start, and I don't know like how to get people encouraged to play that aren't playing. So I posted that news on our campfire, the 3 Lugias that we got, hopefully encouraging people like, hey, you missed this opportunity tonight, but there's still one more day tomorrow. So for tomorrow, I tried a new strategy. Instead of, I thought maybe yesterday it was only like an hour and a half time, it was around dinner time, wasn't enough leadway, whatever. So making excuses in my head, I say, all right, first thing tomorrow morning. Actually, no, I said it that night. I said from 2 to 5, I'll treat it like it's a damn community day. I will be at our park, and I will have extra phones with me. But for my parents, even though they can't, even if they don't want to come walk with me, I'll have their phones with me, or at least one of them. We'll be able to do this raid if someone wants to do the raid. And I said, I'll treat it like a community. I'll be at this park from 2 to 5. If there's a raid anywhere in town, I will drive if I need to. We will do this raid for people that want to do it. The morning came, the afternoon came. I spent my 3 hours at the park. Later on that night, silence. The whole day. Not even a single person. I didn't even bother to do a raid that day because I only ended up having my mom's phone, so we would have needed help, 2 people. Maybe we could have done it if it doesn't matter. I wasn't excited about doing the raids. I was just feeling really disappointed that like I tried to set this period up for my community that had initially I thought shown interest in doing this, but then when I spent 3 hours of my day to be just completely available as much as I possibly could and give as much heads up notice as I could to just not have anything, which feels really bad. But even though it feels bad, it's what I'm going to keep doing. I need my community to grow. And if you have any suggestions for me, I would really love to hear it because right now I feel defeated and I feel worthless a little bit, honestly. Community days, the past few community days, I at my park, I've been luring like all the stops. I post about it ahead of time. I try and I try and I try, and at most I've gotten 2 people out there. I know my community is bigger than this. I know people can see these messages. And I just don't know how to encourage people to come out and join the community. I tried make sure like have waters on hand for community days, and then advertise it like, hey, like I don't know. I am hopeful. I've delayed making this video long enough that now we have announced Mega Garchomp, and it's a 3-hour period where there's going to be just Garchomp raids everywhere. I'm very hopeful that I can bring some people along with us for that and plan ahead of time. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I did get insane lucky on these Lugia raids, and that makes this feel less bad. But overall, I still tried to do something nice for my community, or at least I thought I did, and it didn't work out. So thank you for watching. The fact that you made it to this point is awesome. Please leave a comment letting me know, and if you have any feedback on this style of video, right now I'm thinking that if this one does well, it'll be what I keep going. If it doesn't do well, I'm kind of lost. So some feedback would be really helpful. But otherwise, thank you for watching again.